Hi, beautiful soul. We're looking at the energy forecast for June 2024. We're going to just do 4 main energies and go fully intuitive. So let's get started. What's going on June 2024 for Lightworkers, starseeds, spiritual folks, awakened folks, for the collective, pure divine white light channelings from source energy. What's going on? Source energy, higher self, what's going on? All right. You're starting to find your tribe. You're going to start seeing people come through. They can be soulmates, they can be divine counterparts, they can be romantic love partners, they can be soul family, soul friends, community leaders. They could come in the form of someone that wants to hire you, someone who wants to collaborate with you. Sorry, I use this like mouth numbing thing and I didn't realize it numbed your mouth. So I tripped over that word. But yeah, it could come in any form. It could come in the form of a new friend. It could come as the form of a past friend or a feeling, a soulmate that you had a lot of past lives with. Yeah, people that might be working with you, people you might start businesses with, business partners, someone that you will be living with or next to, close to, neighbors, friends, lover, family member, whoever it is. Like, it could come in any form, any friendly form, collaborative form, someone you're going to be doing work with, whether that's like business work, life's work, family work, relationship work, whatever type of work it is that you're going to be doing work with these people. But it's going to be 1 or 2 people max. And I feel like for most people, it's definitely 2 people. And if you're not already with your divine counterpart or like a romantic love partner, one of them is most likely going to be your love partner. And the other one is going to be a best friend that's going to be like a soul friend, like a soul family member. So very, very close connection. Whether these people are new in your life, and for most people, these people are going to be new, or someone that you've met before, is going to be an instant connection. You're going to hit it off right off the bat. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune, yeah. In reverse, it's time. It's past due. In fact, you may have already come across these folks in passing, messaged them, or in person. You might have been in the same area. You might have been at the same event. You might know the same people. This person might have moved recently, changed jobs recently, or you might have. This person is already connected to you physically in some way. They're already in your energetic aura, your field already, because you're that close to them, because you're physically that close to them. So these are folks that are in close proximity to you physically. Sorry if I keep like lisping. I don't know, I'm talking weird because I didn't realize it was gonna make my mouth numb. Okay, anyway, let's see. It kind of has to do. I just came back from vacation and I kept. It's so warm, and I don't know if you've heard the Ayurvedic. Oh my god, I can't even say these words. Ayurvedic terms with like you either eat hot or cold, or depending on what you eat, it's puts you in a different category. And I ate too much warm, as my mom would say. I ate too much warm because I was in the heat, but I was drinking hot soups and then like hot coffees and hot beverages, and so then that's one of the reasons that they say you get canker sores. And so and the spiritual meaning behind canker sores is that you have some poisonous words you want to say, but you're not saying them, and there's a reason, and until you acknowledge it, it's not going to go away. And this is weird. I've never had it this bad before until I was like a kid or something. So I'm like, oh, what is this poisonous stuff? Speak. Like, I need to acknowledge it. I need it to heal. And I kept figuring out the meaning behind this throughout the day, and it has to do with being a spiritual leader. It's our time to rise, Lightworkers. It's our time to become the leader. As I say this, like a huge, not a hawk, what is it called? Falcon. A huge falcon just kind of slowly glided by. A bird flying in the sky, especially solo, is a sign of spiritual freedom, or freeing up your mind, freeing up your life in some way, and intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it is. And then a white feather. Wow. What is going on? So yeah, a lot of us are coming onto the main stage, and we're kind of holding on to 3D things as much as we can, because it's, as you transition into 5D, 3D is seeming more appealing. You know, when you're in like a bad relationship or a bad house or something, a bad home, bad neighborhood, and you're like, oh, like I can't wait to get out of here. And then as you're leaving, you're like, oh, but there are some good times. Like, you know, you start thinking of like the good times and stuff like that. And so a lot of us Lightworkers are kind of holding on to like 3D relationships, 3D habits, 3D style of living, your old 3D version of yourself, like little bits here and there. Not the bad stuff, obviously, but like the stuff that you'll miss and that you love. Out of not fear of the unknown, but just kind of like, now you enjoy these things, or now that you're finding your 5D self, it's bittersweet to leave the 3D self. But yeah, you are being called to action. You're being asked to lead now. It's gonna be very obvious. 8 of Wands, time to speak your truth, and the people that you're gonna be most comfortable speaking your truth to are your divine counterpart or your very close soul family, people who resonate on your frequency the strongest. And that's why these folks are coming in right now. Just 1 or 2. I'm getting specifically 2 because like I feel like you need 2 different kinds of relationships. So one might be kind of like a lover, one might be more kind of a platonic friend, or one might be more of like a mentor, and one might be more like a student. Like, you know, like there's two, but I'm getting from most people it's like love situation and friendship situation. So you can practice being your true authentic self, your 5D version of yourself, because it's hard to do with past family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, whatever, when they've known you, your 3D version of yourself for so long. Not that you can't, and you probably have been seeing the change in the way you speak to people that have known that version of yourself before you awakened and everything. But this is where the practice comes in. Okay, so I've been saying for a long time, June, July, August is when Lightworkers start setting up their home base in 5D. So this is going to help the people coming in. They're going to help you be your true authentic self and allow you to kind of practice. Like the first thing that Lightworkers are going to practice when they move into 5D is manifestation, because everything in 5D you manifest, right, with your thoughts and what you speak and what you write, and you know, the people you connect with, and co-creating, you know, manifestations, whatever. So it's easier to start with fewer numbers, right? So that's why you're going to be spending a lot of time with your romantic love partner, your divine counterpart, and also your, you know, your soul fam member, which is most likely going to be someone of your same sex, so they can relate to you. Someone of the opposite sex, someone of the same sex, so they can relate to you in other ways. So you guys can practice manifesting with other people, but people who really, really deeply know you. These are going to be folks that are going to be in your life forever, in a very, very powerful way, a very strong physical in face-to-face kind of way. You're all going to be living closer to get to each other. Your divine counterpart might also have their divine, like, soul friend as well. For some of you, it's going to be like partners. It's like, you know, 2 best friends that are also partnered up with 2 best friends kind of deal, right? That's that's not for everyone, but it's something like that. It's because you guys are very similar in vibrational frequency, that it's like hard not to be like really good friends with this group of people. And it's not just like two. Of course, you have your divine counterpart and your best friend here, but you're going to be living in small communities with others that are going through something similar, with other soul families that are going to be living nearby. It's just very, very small, very, very, very small in the beginning. This is when light workers come together. Your light grid, I told you in January, February of this year, 2024, the light worker light grid has turned on, so we're finding each other easier. And it's not like every other person. It's kind of like maybe out of 100 people, you're going to find one light worker. And so it's easier for us to find each other and, link up. And but the divine is specifically bringing in our, like, someone of the opposite sex and someone of the same sex for us to kind of practice our manifestation abilities with. And of course, it's going to be hard not to fall in love with your divine counterpart and be best friends with your soul friend. Okay, so yeah, things are moving pretty fast now with the Eight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune and this Five of Pentacles. Yeah, we're kind of moving out of 3D pretty quickly. There's a little bit of feeling like why didn't I appreciate what I had before? What if I had, like, the money or the people, the support and the love that I have now? What if I had that sooner? Would my life be different? What if I knew what I wanted to do for my career sooner? What if I knew where I want to live sooner? What if I knew this and that and blah, blah, blah before? Like, it's a little bit of like your 3D self is still there, being like, throwing a little pity party, being like, oh, like, why is this happening now in life rather than before, at this age, what, it could happen sooner and it would have been better for me. Just a tiny bit of a pity party as you leave and go into the 5D. Wow, a transformation through connection. Are you kidding me? 100%. So, also coming together with your divine counterpart and your soul fam, you're going to be getting tons of upgrades. You guys are going to be upgrading each other. And it's like the light grid has been turned on, right? But this is like its power up. And so you're going to be downloading so much, bringing in so much divine energy. You're going to be able to hold so much divine energy. I did a reading on my other channel, we'll see in a moment, where pile 3 and pile 4 were absolutely twin flame readings. And it talked about how we're going to be bringing in, we're going to be able to hold more energy in our heart chakra and our chakras in general, in our like aura, in general, our energetic field in general. We're going to be able to hold more energy. And so this is a good time, June, July, August, to kind of just like lay back. Don't be a little bit more healthier if you can. You don't have to push yourself. Just be more relaxed, do things that you love. Maybe stay away from folks for a little while you let your body physically change. There's going to be physical body transformations. Like, I already started. Like, yesterday I was asking my friend, I'm like, I'm hearing stuff. Like, what is this? And I obviously pulled cards for myself. And it was my guides. Like, I'm starting to hear them and stuff now. It's different. It's different from anything that I've heard or experienced in terms of channeling and connecting with energies before. So it's like already starting to happen. Like, everything that I've channeled so far, from like end of last year to now, has all come true. Like, I know, like, from January, because I can remember my readings from January till now, everything I said in these energy forecasts and these energy updates have come true, which is like, whew. Like, why aren't people like seeing this? Right? Frustration, canker sore. Sorry. Yeah. It's like time to be a leader, you know, time to see the truth here. We are transforming with each other. With the energy coming in, we're able to hold more energy, and with this light grid, we're going to be able to power up these like points on the light grid very strongly. It's going to like power up the light grid more. We're going to find each other more easily and connect with each other and be able to kind of start forming this new Terra field like easier. Okay. Let's see. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. And it came out in reverse. And so I'm getting like you have to release some boundaries. Okay, so I'm getting that Spirit is telling us we need to be so uninhibited that we let ourselves go and indulge in our crazy, indulge in our delusions, indulge in these fantastical ideas and beliefs. And that's such a scary, scary, scary road to go on, because like that's how you end up in the loony bin, right? There's so many examples that we've seen of people kind of speaking out about these things before other people were ready to hear them, right? People are ready to hear them now. So I'm getting like you're going to be tested to see like, will you be able to tell people the truth and speak frankly about your beliefs and your ideas about spirituality, about what you believe, and the world, the truth out there. Not unprompted, but like if it comes up in conversation, like will you be able to hold your ground? Will you be able to be your true self and speak authentically now? And you're gonna be, I feel like a lot of folks are being tested in this way already. Usually people that you are comfortable with, or that you know a little bit well. So it might be like family members, friends, or people like somewhat close to you, where you'll be tested with this first. To let your guard down and speak your spiritual truth. Yeah. It's kind of like, disconnecting from those folks and connecting to the new folks. So like anytime, like I feel like anytime you're trying to do something new, like you're trying to transition your life, Spirit will give you the old thing and see if you can be the new version of yourself with that old thing before they give you the new thing to mirror the new self. So for example, like if you wanted like a nice new like sports car, but you are not playing the part of the person that would have a sports car like that, like the way you handle yourself, you don't have to have that job or that money, but like if you act like you do with the car that you have now, then you're going to manifest that sports car. So something similar like that, like in order to manifest this 5D, in order to manifest these 5D relationships, you kind of have to be that 5D version of yourself with old relationships, but not with like random people, like with people who were the old version of those 5D relationships, which are like love and light. So like, usually family and close friends, right? So people that you had a lot of like love and light for, being this new 5D version of yourself where you have even more love and more light, and acting that way to these folks that might not be able to, handle what you're, what you're saying, pick up what you're putting down, but like that doesn't phase you. You're still, being your true 5D self. And that's why the switchover is going to happen as you do it with these folks who obviously can't handle this higher frequency. The universe is like, all right, she's due for an upgrade. He's due for an upgrade. Let's bring in these new folks who can handle this higher frequency that she's putting out. You're stronger than you feel in this very moment. Wow. Yeah, so this kind of feeling that you might be doing better than you think. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card. Because it might feel like, it's weird, right? Like, it's like, for example, if you're starting like a new job and say like, you know, it's something with responsibility, like you're the professor or you're the manager or you're the boss or, you know, whatever it is, and it's like your first time doing it, or like this is a new place and you're kind of like, oh, like it's a little bit unnerving to kind of go into this new place and be like, oh, well, I'm your, you know, boss and I'm your leader, like you follow me kind of thing. It kind of feels like, all right, like why should they do this? Or why should they listen to me? Like, they're not going to believe me. Like, they don't know my credentials. They don't know me at all, right? Spirit saying like, no, you're ready. You could command this kind of energy right now. Go to the grocery store. Command this energy. You have it in you already. You're prepared. That's why Spirit's asking you to lead now. You're there. Okay. The ring. Oh my goodness. Partnership cycle. Let's see, 25. Contracts, cycles, commitments, engagement. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of like you're asked to commit to 5D in ways that test you, you know? Like if you get offered a job, or if you get offered a role or a home or a car or this or that, windfall of money or a new leadership position or a new relationship or a new friendship or whatever it is, you're being asked, like, will you step up when this opportunity comes? And it might come in more than one way in your life right now, because a lot of stuff is coming in. Will you step up to the plate? Will you say yes? Will you be like, yeah, I will be the leader. Yeah, I will be the boss. Yeah, I will start this business. Yeah, I will start this friendship, start this relationship. Yeah, I will move here. Yeah, I will accept this money, this award, this recognition, this whatever it is. That's the challenge now. That's like what you're being asked to do now. Okay, so that was the first main energy. Let's go into the second main energy. What else does Spirit have to say about June 2024? Fell on the ring card, the High Priestess. Yeah. All right, so you probably have been already intuitively feeling. First of all, this is about like a psychic upgrade, but like before I even get started, I want to address this ring, which is you probably have been already feeling that you're about to come into a committed love relationship. If you already are in a divine counterpart relationship, because I know there's a few people here that is already in their relationship with their divine counterparts. There's going to be like a better celebration, I'm hearing, like a better commitment, like a more 5D commitment or more 5D ceremony or something like that. So be aware of that. And if not, like know that like you probably already have been getting that like you're going to get married by the end of this year or end of next year or something like that. Or you're going to find the one, or things are going to move quickly, or, you know, this person's coming in. Like you probably got signs for like years now that this is happening around now. And the signs have probably just like amped up. So you could probably feel that sign very, very strongly. It's so strong that you don't even care anymore. I'm getting like that's when it happens, right? But like you don't even care to really partner up. You're like, I'm done with this life. I just want to go into my 5. I just want to go into connect with source energy again. I just want to float around and to learn stuff. I just want to remember who I am. I'm done with this physical life, you know? Yeah. So I'm getting, there's going to be that component of it, because like you were probably raised with the idea of getting married or having a partnership, and you probably held on to that. That's like, yeah, I deserve to experience this kind of grand love with a romantic love partner in this lifetime, and have kids or have a home and do this kind of lifestyle. And it's probably ingrained in your brain. And we are transitioning to 5D from 3D, so there's going to be still some aspects of us that are from 3D that we're going to bring with us into the 5D, including things that we liked and we wanted to do, that have like positive meanings, like partnership. So that is something that people will be able to experience first going into 5D. At least us that are chose to come and reincarnate here right now and move into 5D from 3D, like move into our more energetic body from our physical bodies. We will still be able to like have kids and have like a lifestyle that's still similar to the good parts, the highlights of 3D lifestyle, because like it's a part of us, and we're gonna be so high frequency that like we're gonna manifest it. We're gonna want to. It's just like what we know, kind of, right? But we just take the good. We take the good from the 3D, not everything, but the main things. And one of the things we like is partnering up, and we like having kids, and we also like having like homes and like this, similar to what we had in our 3D lives growing up, but like only the good parts and the parts that like have to do with other people and connections. Okay. 5 of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting at war, like the light and dark at war. And this is when you're going to be kind of put into the loop more. So when you first went through your spiritual awakening, you probably learned a lot about, the dark versus light and how they're like at war in other dimensions or on different layers of reality. And then you probably went into healing and learning stuff, and like, you probably could see the light versus dark in physical reality, even within yourself, within your own inner universe sometimes. But I'm getting, it's going to become more obvious to you. It's going to come back where you're going to see images and the knowing that you know of past wars, past conflicts, different lifetimes, different, sagas that happened with mankind and with other species as well. This fight of light and dark in this dimension from different lifetimes and with this current collective consciousness. So you're gonna just be open to a lot of knowing, with more knowing about that kind of stuff, because it's relevant. I'm hearing it's relevant right now. Let's bring you in the loop. Okay, so just a lot about like history, I guess, with like the light and dark. But time doesn't exist another time, so it's like these fights are still happening in some dimensions, in some worlds, in some realities, but not all, especially not the higher frequency ones. But it's like kind of like time to bring you in the loop and kind of have you remember what's going on with those kinds of fights, because we're in that kind of fight, right? Mankind is in that kind of fight. Earth, 3D, 5D Earth. 3D Earth is kind of in that fight. So it's like time to bring you in the loop. Time to kind of let you remember the truth about these things. So you're gonna know more about that kind of stuff. 4 of Swords. Okay, and this is also a time to kind of just rest, but you're not just resting, because we see that you're gonna be going through like physical ascension upgrades, like physical body changes, and one of them is becoming more psychic and picking up on things. But you also need to just rest, because there's so much energy coming in and so much information, things that you have already known but you forgot when you chose to reincarnate here to go through these experiences to remember. So it's just a lot with your body and with information coming in. And so it's just kind of good time to rest. But I'm getting like you're not going to be resting just by yourself. This is when I predicted a lot of divine counterparts are going to partner up and live together in order to kind of support each other and like, help each other relax and, stay healthy and just chill out and not like worry about what's going on outside. Because I do think that something is going to happen on the world stage, or at least in like really big physical manifestation of the fight between light and dark out in the world. And so Lightworkers are not meant to kind of butt in that stuff. Like you're meant to kind of just go in and just let yourself upgrade, because this is like the solar flares. This is like the energy coming onto the planet, and it's going to affect the awakened and the unawakened differently. The unawakened are going to see this conflict of light and dark out in the world, and they're going to have fear, and they're going to worry, and they're going to find what's important in life, and they're going to look at within themselves. So they're going through like a rapid awakening, right? Whereas light workers, awakened folks, have already gone through that. So these energies coming in are going to upgrade you, right? And so we get upgraded first. Light workers are these spiritual folks who have been on their spiritual journey for a long time and have done a lot of healing and clearing and purging and holding more and more light and love. You're going to be able to start transitioning into 5D. And while the rest of the collective, the unawakened collective, go through their rapid awakening that they chose to go through together as a collective, whereas we went through it individually. So we can lead the other folks, right? But they're not too far behind. Okay, so yeah, this is a time where you're going to probably partner up and go somewhere quiet, somewhere peaceful, somewhere where the land and the frequency is nice, and helps this transition process. For 4 months, I'm getting, I thought it was 3 months, but yeah, 4 months. So June, July, August, September. King of Wands in reverse. So this is also when you get new soul missions. So I've been talking about like how you've been kind of guided to work on your soul missions, what you're passionate about, work on service to others, work on like healing yourself, helping others heal, working on your connections with others, your connection with nature and the divine. Just work on like that kind of stuff. And your soul mission might have been to work at a hospice or create your own nursing home, or to do maternity yoga, or to help with essential oils, or whatever it is. There's so many things I've heard personally that light workers went into to be in service to others, to have like career paths and businesses that actually help others, right? There's so many. And so this was kind of like you know how I talked about like you have to be the person you want to be, see the change, be the change you want to see first in your current circumstances in order to manifest the new circumstances. So like you've been doing your soul mission, light worker. You've already been doing that. You've already been in service to others in the light. So you've done the work, and you've done it enough and for long enough and well enough to now transition into your actual true soul mission. Okay. I'm going to do Sacred Divinity. Oh, wow. There are 2 paths ahead. Oh, my goodness. Okay, what are these 2 paths? The Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Knight of Swords has been coming up a lot for me. Like, this is coming in quick. It's time to make a decision. It's time to, like, be like, okay, this is what we're doing. So, Sacred Paths, Sacred Divinity. There are 2 paths ahead. Definitely feeling this is where you choose. This is where people choose. Right, so this is where 5D kind of opens up like full-fledged, right? And this is why the collector decides to go through a rapid awakening, because like 5D is open and you can now hop on to 5D or stay where you are. And a lot of souls, a lot of people are going to be like, no, we want to go like the 5D way, like the way of the light, right? And and so you might want to help these folks, but they kind of have to make this decision themselves. You have already chosen 5D, and I think you will already help your family and friends and your communities by being an example and choosing the light, because you already chose it, and so you're going to be already walking towards it. And so you're going to be helping a lot of people just by being an example and just doing what you haven't always doing, being on that 5D path. But yeah, this is, I forget, well, yeah, one of my friends mentioned this, like, oh yeah, I think it's time to choose. I think a few of my friends have said this, like, yeah, it feels like it's the time to choose. It's the time to choose. Yeah, it's the time to choose. That's what's happening in June, July, August. It's like, that's why Spirit's like, oh yeah, Lightworkers, just like, you know, close the window shades, chill out, tend to your garden, make dinner with your sweetie pie. But you might want to lay low while the collective goes through their, it's tough, right? The spiritual awakening. It's like you have to be faced with the things that you fear the most, and very, very dark things, the dark aspect of yourself in the world, and the unknown, and saying you have to choose that you want to do what's necessary to choose a path of light and love. So yeah, you might want to hide away a little bit. I did get that, like, yeah, if some family members and friends come to you, it might be like just like a handful or something around this time, and they like ask you about these things, or they ask for your help and advice, like you can oh my gosh, actually that actually happened, that you can help them, but they have to come to you. And they'll remember you. Don't worry. You don't have to go and check up on everyone. Like, they'll remember you. They'll be like, oh yeah, I remember Mia does tarot and she's in this line of work. Like, yeah, I can, like, let me ask her. Like, it's worth it a shot. Like, they'll be guided to you. So your light is shining brighter than ever. You're putting up a beacon, and the people that are closest to you, your friends and family, the path to you is going to be lit up. So if they need assistance, if they need help, they will be guided to you, and you'll know what to do. You might be laying low, but you can welcome and host and help and conversate with, you know, few folks here and there. I would do one-on-ones with people, or like, you know, one, you know, a couple or one family at a time, or one friend or two friends at a time. But like, I'm a one-on-one girly, and I feel like a lot of you can also help folks a little bit more when it's just like one-on-one, or, you know, just less people, because it's also going to be very overwhelming for you to handle more than that. But you're probably going to see a lot of white light workers who are ahead of us even come to the forefront and become leaders and be on like social media, you know, get their name out there. They're going to be our true leaders, and people are going to follow them, because they're going to be the ones who bring up these ideas and be like, okay, we have to do this in our country now. This is what we have to do in the world. This is our plan. And they're going to come in form of politicians and social media influencers and, you know, CEOs of companies, and the head of like nonprofits, and, you know, just community leaders and stuff like that. And people are so used to these folks, you know, influencers, politicians, and those kinds of folks like being bad, that it's going to be interesting that when those roles are replaced with high frequency, you know, light filled, head of the path, way shower, leader, true, genuine, divine leaders that step up to fill these roles and replace them, because they have good ideas. It's like, people are so intuitive. They're like, oh, we have a problem here. Like, this system doesn't work. Like, this is the solution. Why aren't we doing the solution? We have so much food waste. We have so much, like, whatever. Like, why can't we give that to, you know, like, there's so many solutions that, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, that's common sense. Why don't we do that? And then it's like, oh, obviously there's dark energy, or people who are working from their shadow self and expanded their shadow self so much that they were preventing others to shine their light and to help others. So yeah, you're gonna see that switch happen. And I said that in my last energy update as well, that these roles are gonna be switched out with light workers. And like the light workers who are like ahead of us, like in that first wave, they're gonna be the ones who kind of lead, and you're gonna see them pop up and like publicly. But yeah, and even like those that are just kind of going through these changes, not light workers who are going through these changes, like going into the spotlight, helping others, being the leader, stepping up into their soul missions now, you're going to see that your friends and family, a little bit here and there, just once in a while, nothing that you can't handle because you're going through a major transformation yourself, where you can help them and guide them in little ways. Okay. All right, so that was the second energy. Let's go on to the third. What else is going on? June 2024. It's kind of June, July, and August. Okay, in hand. All right, so you're going to get security and money, but I'm not talking like windfall money. I'm talking like something like set up to give you the money that you need. So I'm getting like you might have some stable source of income to come through that sets you up. And when it comes in, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I needed that. You know, like I needed that. Like maybe it's like maybe you've been kind of searching for a home and you just needed a place to like just take care of other things, like just like a home base so you can take care of other things, and you get the perfect property come through, you know. Or, you know, you might be struggling financially or struggling with the amount of sales or clients coming in, and it's like you get set up where it's like, oh, that's the perfect stable income that I needed. Or you needed a little bit more money and resources for your business or your project. Maybe you're working on a big art project, or maybe you're working on expanding your business, and you're like, oh, it would just be nice to have a little bit more so I can keep working on my art project without worrying, or keep working on expanding my business, or go pursue this other avenue while keeping the old thing. And you get that. I wish I can get more time off but same money so I can work on my health as well right now. I wish I can get more time off so I can hang out with my friends and family at this time. I'm getting time and money. You're getting more time and money. Not like a crazy amount, but just enough. Just as much as you need. And it gives you like more security too, because it gives you a sense of like, oh, like I don't have to worry about that now. Like maybe if your car was kept breaking down, like you're gonna get this like nice car that's reliable, that's new, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, maybe your environment was driving you crazy, and you know you get the opportunity to move somewhere. It's like, you know what? It's not like my dream place, but it's so much better than where I was, where the people and the place and I don't know, the atmosphere was just driving me nuts. Like it's just enough to like let you breathe. That's what's coming in, Spirit is saying. The Hanged One. The Hanged Man. Okay. At this point, Spirit is saying like your confidence will shoot through the roof, because like you kind of needed that, light worker. Like you kind of needed that like proof. You kind of needed that win, because everything was like just so like defeating. Like, when am I gonna see this? I've been lurking for so long. It's been, you know, it seems like it's been forever. Like I keep feeling like it's around the corner. Like, when am I gonna have proof? You know, I've been working with so little for so long. You know, light workers. Okay, know what I'm talking about. So this is like this little win, this small, seemingly small win, is enough to let your confidence shoot through the roof, skyrocket into the air. Because now you know, you're like, now I can see it. Like these things are definitely happening. The soul mission, the transition into 5D, this, you know, collapse of old systems and structures that are no that don't serve mankind, that are not divine, that are not good for the environment and people, you're gonna this is gonna give you the confidence. And the funny thing is, like, yeah, there's things happening out in the environment and you probably seen them and you're like, oh yeah, I can see, like, you know, the movie industry, you see the cracks in the system of the political system, like everyone's starting to see it now. Like, you're probably getting excited being like, oh, people are seeing it now, right? But like, where are you seeing it in your own life, right? You might have continued with your spiritual journey and learning things and healing things and blah blah blah. But was my physical proof like, hey, yeah, I don't mind signing up to be a light worker and doing all this, but like, you know, it'd be nice if I had food, clean food, time to work on myself, time to meditate, time to, you know, work on things I want to work on, money to kind of for the upkeep of this and that, or money to expand into the projects I want to expand into, this and that, right? Here's your proof. This kills you. It kills you. Beautiful light worker, in a good way, because I don't know why they specifically wanted me to use kill you. Like, it kills you. Because, like, in a good way. Like, it kills you how good it makes you feel. I don't know why they want to specifically use kill. Because I feel like it kills this part of you that was always felt like you're going to be always longing and hoping for this and it never happening. It kills that little sliver of you that was always in fear that things might not ever happen. It kills it. Wow. What statement? Soulmate. Sorry, I had the cheesiest grin on my face. Yeah, how cute. First of all, soulmate came out reverse. And you're not doing this alone. So I do feel like your soulmate comes in around the same time. And I've been saying this forever. Like, yeah, soul mission and soulmate comes in at the same time. Here it is. So, physical proof that you're on track for your soul mission. This little security that comes in. Long-term security. You know, some long-term income, or maybe you finally own the property that you've been renting, or you get that job that gives you security or gives you the hours that you need. You get that home that allows you to kind of, you know, now relax a bit, have more space for your family, have more space in the backyard to do what you want to do, grow a garden, let your dog out, whatever, you know. This little bit of physical proof of security comes in as around the same time that your soulmate, your divine counterpart, and your platonic soul best friend comes in. Wow. It's like proof. Wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and your friend, or something you want. The wedge is removed. It came out in hand, so this is something I feel like that was like, usually when a card comes out in hand, it means like something you're keeping close to your chest. Like if you have like cards and you're playing poker, you want to hold your cards to your chest. That's what I put to the meaning of a card that flips up in my hand, not on the table. But in this case, I'm getting like this wedge was in your energetic field. It was in your auric field, and it's been removed now. So now, yeah, there's something that was keeping lightworkers from moving too fast or too completely into the 5D. And I do believe it's because you were meant to kind of help out your friends and family. A lot of you might have had reunions or catching up with old friends, family members, old coworkers, or old people, just people you've known recently. Because Spirit was trying to get you to help them get ready for this great awakening that's going to be happening now. Exactly now. So there was like this wedge, or I'm getting here like implant. It was kind of like a spiritual implant that was like, I'm getting in your DNA. Oh my gosh. All right. That's planted in your DNA to not, because like a lot of light workers are like, okay, I'm over this. Like, let me just go into the 5D. Let me just go into my energetic body now. I'm over this. Like, let me just go. Like, I can be done with this life right now. And you probably would have, but you had a purpose here, and which is to help others around you transition into the 5D, which is why a lot of us are star seeds, because or come from like a higher energetic realm, because to help mankind evolve consciously. So that's why we reincarnated as humans, in order to help humans evolve. That's why there's a huge population right now. So they're trying to kill the population, because a lot of us are star seeds or come from higher dimensional places, and we reincarnated here specifically as man to specifically help man evolve consciously. They needed the help, but we came in here. And so even though we want to leave, we're like, peace out. Like, this is like, don't like this. Like, don't like this realm. I did this already. Not cool. We had the task to help, the family lines, the ancestral lines that we helped help the karma of, the healing of, the past soulmates and whatever, past family members, from other lifetimes, also clear that karma, and help a lot of other folks transition to 5D too. So that wedge has been removed from your DNA. Wow, that is crazy. What does that mean? Two of Pentacles. Okay, it's so funny. I was listening to this. The Two of Pentacles is usually the infinity sign, right? And there's a snake here. I was listening to, I don't know what I was listening to, a TikTok maybe, but like someone talk about how like snakes can't bite you if you are of divine energy, because you are meant to like protect and help, and you're like a child of God, so like you can't be bitten, so like snakes won't bite you or something like that. But that's like the sense I got when I saw the snake, is that I'm getting, with this wedge gone, yeah, not only does your light shine brighter, not only do you start downloading some and remembering some of your abilities and knowledge that you had before, but it also unlocks your divinity. So like now, like dark energies can no longer attack you or control you. So along with your light shining brighter and being able to transition to 5D now, it also comes with dark energies not being able to attack you or to even like enter your immediate sphere of like energy and existence. So like they can't even come into your home, they can't come into, like they can't physically even walk up to you, they can't do anything like that. They can't put you down, they can't try to harm you psychologically, physically, emotionally at all. You're gonna see that your views in life change. That's another message I kept getting yesterday, because I'm getting all these like physical ascension confirmations. Like literally the things I said in the last couple of energy updates like have happened, and it's like, wow. I literally had a dream. I went to Portugal and Spain recently, and I literally, after touching the old Tartarian buildings, like immediately as I touched it, it was like so deep. Like the energy, I was trying to describe it, and it felt like touching an old tree, but like times 10. And that's how I felt like touching those buildings. And immediately that night I had a dream that I was like just like, you know, walking on the streets of Barcelona, and it's like really sunny and everyone was happy, and then everyone just started like slowly like floating up. And I'm like, oh, this is it. The ascension's happening, and this was a dream I had right before waking up. And my, you know, you can talk to your higher self and your spirit team like very easily when you're in that like waking up, going to sleep phase. And so my higher self was literally like, yeah, it's time to eat healthy now, like, you know, like, or more healthy if you can, not like in a way that like makes you uncomfortable, but in a way that's like you're gonna want to have more fruit smoothies or eat lighter, more salads, you know, go for more walks and stuff like that. You're naturally just gonna want to at this time. It's not necessary, they said, but it will definitely help with the feeling you feel in your body. It'll feel better if you eat lighter and healthier at this time. So yeah, I could definitely see that you're going to be protected. And yeah, so I kept getting, so yesterday when I started hearing my, like those energies around me, I was like, wow, this is like different, you know, like it's cool. Like things are happening, like your physical body is actually changing. Like you can feel it. It's things that are different. I started, like I pulled a cards a couple of times. It happened like, I think 4 or 5 times throughout the day, where I started hearing like my guides and stuff. And what is it? The Tower card kept coming up, the Hangman, all major arcanas, Wheel of Fortune, and the Judgment card. Yeah, so all these cards kept coming up. And it was basically saying that your perceptions are going to change. You are spiritually liberated, and your perception is going to change. You're going to go through another paradigm shift. You're going to see the world differently. Your beliefs are going to evolve, and you're going to, you know, at least for one more time, the way you see everything is going to change. Your whole mind is going to change. The way you see the world is going to change. The way you believe things, the way you think, the way you feel, that everything is going to change in a very, very big and powerful way. And that's us moving into 5D. Because this wedge that was in our DNA is going to be like unwedged, and so our light's going to go on full power, right? Not immediately. It's going to be like, you know, it's going to turn on, but there's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be in waves, but this is like where the first block is like taken out. And so your light turns on really bright. And so people are going to be attracted to you, right? Especially people you're meant to help, like your friends and family. And they're going to come few and far in between, because like it's not meant to overwhelm you. You're just meant to be there to help. And so they have a resource. You don't have to help them. There's always another light worker that they can go to, but your light's going to turn on. And also while uncoding some of this DNA, like you're also going to be moving into 5D, and so you're no longer touchable. No one can touch. Dark energies can't touch you anymore. People with bad intentions can't touch you anymore. Psychological games and tricks, like things that they broadcast in TVs and radios, or subliminal messages in advertisements, and even things in our food and water and stuff like that. That stuff can't touch you, and you'll be guided to like the clean water. You'll be guided to like the clean food and stuff like that. And you'll be taught how to grow like cleaner food that like cleans the earth at the same time and absorbs the sun and gives you more beautiful energy, and you know, being able to talk to the plants and the animals and blah blah blah. It's all gonna turn on, and they're gonna start with like the basics first, right? And you're not gonna be doing it alone. You have your soulmate and your soul fam best friend. All right. Let's see. Ooh. Travel. Okay, so I do see some traveling, and this makes sense because as soon as this turns on, you're going to be guided to kind of go ground this energy in places. So, and you're not going to be doing it alone. You have, you know, your soul bestie and your soulmate, your divine counterpart. But you're going to be guided to go in different places and kind of ground your energy. Okay. Fire, strong emotion, passionate love, or hate. Okay, it's the Eight of Wands. So you're going to be guided to kind of talk at places. So this is why you're going to be coming into the public eye. So it's not going to be alone. Like, you're going to do this with your divine counterpart, or you're going to do this with your soul bestie, or even your soul best friend, or even like a small group of you. It might be like wandering, going across the country, meeting up with other light workers, and just kind of like, you'll know what to do, but basically helping others. It's kind of like, once you help your friends and family immediately around this time, you might be guided to go to different places as well, and people who see your light, who are attracted to you, might come to you and ask for your advice. So I just got a glimpse. Spirit just showed me, like, before I awakened, like, for a very long time, I would just, like, in my 20s, I would just go everywhere. In my teens and 20s, I would just travel everywhere, and people would just come up to me and talk to me about their life stories. People from all backgrounds, all walks of life, they would just feel so comfortable to talk to me and open up to me about their life and their, deeper thoughts. And like, I didn't know it then why it was happening. I do know now why it was happening. But like a similar kind of thing, but like with your divine counterpart, sometimes you might do it with your best friend. Sometimes you might do it as like a small group. Sometimes you might link up with other light workers. But this is kind of like also a tiny bit of a warning from Spirit, saying that, like, with the snake and the fire, like it's, even though you're protected, you're gonna feel, because you're very empathic, right? And the people you're gonna be hanging out with at this time are also very empathic. You're gonna feel people's hate and love and passion. You're gonna see people. It's gonna be like fun in a lot of ways, because you're gonna see people unveil their own passions in life, their own life purpose, and discovering what's most important to them, or leaning into it more, and like changing their lives around in order to, live a more awakened life, live a life more authentic life. And you're also going to feel a lot of like, friction and anger from people that are close to them, that are against this, and against your ideology and the things that you're teaching. Just like a lot of hate for people who are still trying to work through it. People who might take a little bit longer to work through all their hate. Maybe there's a lot of people out there who aren't at even the basic level of awakening, like, basically, like not cheating, hurting other people physically, like no violence, and lying and stealing. There's a lot of folks out there who experience really, really severe trauma, and who have been in a loop for a very long time. So you're going to feel a lot of passion, a lot of love, and which is going to be beautiful to see people kind of blooming and coming out of this. And I'm feeling a sense of pride, like, oh yeah, like, look, people are doing it, yes. And like feeling like it's like your own child, like, learning things. And then also the contrast to that, a lot of people having a lot of hate and anger because they're still working through that kind of inner work, right? So yeah, I get that. How does that apply to you in these months? Six of Swords, which is a travel card again. Yeah, you're going to be traveling. But, like, what's the reasoning behind it? X, forces working against you. Okay, so this is just like a general warning from Spirit, like being like, yeah, like, how like the dark energies, if they can't attack you, they'll try to find some other way to attack you. So they might take someone who has light, maybe more dim light, or maybe a lot of light, and try to get them to attack you, or try to, mess you up in some way. So very cunning, right? The dark energies can be very cunning. So it's just kind of like, like as you step into the more public limelight and more public service to others, like, even though you are protected, like the dark energies are cunning and will find ways to kind of like overwhelm you, or like things like that. Like maybe try to attack the people that are closer to you, or something like that. That because they can't attack you, they'll kind of try to attack people who are close to you and stuff like that. So this is like, this spirit saying like, prepare. You prepare for what's to come. You are to step up, and you have people you're going to be working with that are going to be stepping up with you, working alongside you as you travel and you do this kind of work. But the dark energies can be very cunning, even if they can't attack you. They'll find a way to kind of pull the strings in whatever way they can. They'll try to slow you down, or they'll try to like hurt the people around you, or something like that. Okay, which what's like, I want to see Spirit's advice for that. You're discovering your life purpose. Yeah, you're discovering your life purpose. So like, obviously you're gonna get attacked. Your prayers are heard. So I feel like this is Spirit saying like, don't stop. Like, you're also like learning how to work your manifestation abilities with your team, right? Like you're learning how to work with your divine powers. You can shut these people down. This is kind of a test, so they won't go too hard on you, but this is a way to practice your abilities and wielding that much light. This is your way to practice, while it's just a small group of you and small attacks, how to wield your light shield and your light sword, All right, so let's go into the fourth energy, as that was the third. All right, so what is last main energy here of June 2024? The world in reverse. Yeah, wow. Prepare for your world to completely change yet again, beautiful light workers. It's so funny because I remember like even just a couple years ago being like, oh yeah, yet another paradigm shift, and it happens, like, wow, yeah, life is completely different. And then like the year after, it's like, wow, another paradigm shift. It's kind of crazy, right? You kind of keep leveling up. Spirit saying like, yeah, get ready for yet another paradigm shift. 5 of Pentacles, like the 5 of Pentacles right here, and the first energy. Okay, and it hit the Fire card. Okay. Intense. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This Wheel of Fortune came out in reverse too. All right. It's time. Okay. Interesting. I remember my guys being like, yeah, you're holding on to 3D things, and so you're not allowing yourself to move into 5D. And like, you're the only one holding yourself back, but like, no rush. Like, take your time. Like, you don't need to like rush. You do this on your own time. It's divine timing. But just to let you know, you're the one who's like holding yourself back from moving completely into 5D. But it's like, yeah, so what? But it's gonna come to the point where it's just like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta move into the 5D now. It's kind of vitally important that you make moves now. Bravery. Yeah, it's time to be brave, because you are brave, Lightworker. That's why you're leading this charge right now. It's embedded in you, your bravery. Black sheep, always fighting against the system, systems that you knew weren't right. This is one more time that you are being asked to be brave. I wonder what's the situation here. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So we see that you're being called to journey to somewhere. Wondering where. Crown chakra. Wow. So you're being asked to journey to the 5D. Or the 7D. Or whatever. You're being asked to go into that higher dimension. Fully and completely. It's time to go all in, dive in. I mean, listen to your own intuition. But I feel like you're going to be asked to kind of jump right in. The water's fine. I'm here. Oop. So this card fell under the table, which is my sign that like it's like a deal being done under the table kind of thing. 3 of Wands, yeah. It's interesting because I do see this energy of like you kind of hermit moding for a little while, but not alone, with your divine counterpart and your soul family best friend. And you do help people here and there, but you're not meant to kind of fully hold their hands at this time. You are setting things up in order to help them more fully and better. But you have to set up the systems first. You have to visually manifest this entire new world with your Lightworker comrades, with the Lightworker light grid. And so you have like bigger things that you need to you need to settle into 5D first, and then you need to get like the hang of it a little bit. And then you need to put down the base for the rest of the collective to go to. And then you can help them more with like, you know, holding their hands, being with them, talking to them, you know, cooking them food, giving them a blanket, you know, giving them therapy, giving them instructions and wisdoms, classes, whatever, education, know-hows. And like, yeah, it's like basically you kind of need to let go of their hand a little bit right now in order to kind of get a grip with your own hand first, and then you can pull them up. So I'm getting, yeah, you're being asked to go fully into the 5D, and I feel like you might not want to, because now like a lot of your friends and family are going to come to you and be like, and your community and your, you know, whatever, people are going to come to you and, you know, be asking for your help, and they want your help and they want you around. And it's going to be really hard to be like, oh, well, now I'm going fully into 5D, so you're not going to know who I am. You're not going to recognize me. I want to act totally different. My personality is going to be completely different, because your paradigm is going to shift that hard and that much. Your belief systems are going to change that much. You're getting proof of that thing that you've been talking about for your, you know, since your awakening forever. And, you know, you're being called and you've been given like a deal that like, you know, you can't tell your friends and family, or like not everyone, about, because the collective still has that darkness in them, including those that have not awakened or done their healing work yet. They don't have their shadow self under control right now. So family and friends that are not awakened, that have not done their healing, they can take this opportunity and really mess with it. So the divine has to give it in a way where you're not attacked. That's more like, I don't want to say secret or private, but that's kind of like invitation only. So there's a little bit of guilt forming there. There's a little bit of, I want to hold on to my 3D self and 3D life a little bit, but Taurus energy is saying like, yeah, you have to dive right in. You are going to be successful when these doors open for you. When these 5D doors open for you, 5D thinking and manifestation abilities and knowing of who you are and your past lives and what you're here for and what you're capable of. When these doors open, they can't, like, you have to go through them, you know? Yeah, there's no other way. Like, so some people might take their time walking through that 5D door, but eventually there's going to come a time where it's just like, okay, it's time. Like, I have to go. I have to go. And so it's kind of like there's sweet moments where like, oh, like I don't want to leave my kid or my family or my, like, whatever, like, this is my job, I don't want to leave these folks, but like I will be able to help them more if I do that now. You know, that kind of feeling. Okay, I'm gonna pull one last energy. So we're gonna have 5 energies total for June 2024, and this kind of energy kind of goes into July and August, and it kind of started in March, April, May anyway. This whole year this energy has been like kind of coming through, but it's like strong. It's like it reaches its peak now. I think I mentioned before, June and July have the lowest amount of portal days out of all the months this year. And I have never seen the summer, for those Northern Hemisphere viewers, I've never seen a summer where the energies weren't so crazy, you know? And right now, it's like your physical body is being upgraded. You're learning how to use your 5D physical body. Opportunities are coming in. Proof of things in your life. You've seen it out in the external. And now you're going to see it in your own life. More stability and security coming in, allowing you to do more 5D things. A huge change in perspective. Yeah, you get like your divine counterpart, another soul best friend coming in. You're going to be traveling. You're going to be working on your soul mission, your life purpose. Your manifestation abilities you're going to be working on. What is that 5th energy? Kind of just sum up all of June, all of this like summer. What does Spirit have to say to you? Page of Swords. There's excitement in the air and a pep in your step. You're bursting with ideas and boundless curiosity, ready to begin a new adventure in which you're eager to share what's on your mind. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the energy. Because it's like you're activated. Beautiful Lightworker. And you see proof. Your confidence is through the roof. You have, you know, soulmates in your life. You're finding out your life purpose. You're becoming more aware of the truth of, you know, where you're from and what's going on with this like light and dark thing, what your purpose is, what your role is, what you're capable of, your abilities. You know what to do next. It's very clear. You have instructions. You can practice these manifestation abilities, practice activating with your soulmates and helping others. You know, it's like very exciting. You're traveling, you're having fun, hanging out, helping people. Family and friends are coming to you for help and guidance. Bravery. It's exciting. It's a very exciting time. It's going to be very, very fun. You know, you get recognized, you get rewarded, you're being acknowledged. And people want to hear your ideas, especially your soulmates and people who are coming to you for help. They want to hear what you have to say. People you're going to go visit and, you know, see. They're excited to hear about you. They're excited to hear you talk. And there's a lot of adventures here. It's like when you're stepping into the 5D, it's kind of like when you first spiritually awakened. You get very excited. You're so excited about everything. And you want to talk about it all the time. It's that kind of energy, because this is like the awakening into 5D. It's actually like 70 or something like that, but it's like awakening into the higher dimension, and there's just like, it's like a lot of excitement. And you just this, you know, when you find something that you really love and you just want to talk about it all day, every day to everyone you know. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. 8 of Swords in reverse. There's so many times that where you're told to like, you know, maybe shut up, don't share what's on your mind. It can get you in trouble. You know, you might be blocked. Your social media page might be shut down. You know, people didn't believe you when you shared natural remedies or your theories about certain things. You know, people avoided you. People shut down your conversation. You just couldn't find people who want to talk about the same things as you. You felt socially outcasted. And you just couldn't find the work that you wanted to do. You were struggling with a lot of physical things because of the nature of this dimension, the nature of the world we grew up in and, you know, grew up existing in. That's been unblocked. You were put in a prison, and I feel like, yeah, I'm getting this thing with this here, the wedge in the DNA. You were kind of put, because you're so high level, beautiful light worker, like, you probably signed up for this and you gave consent to have that wedge in your DNA in order to kind of stick it out to help the collective, right? And so you did it. And so with it released, you're just kind of feeling like a little kid and giddy again, practicing things. It's really fun. Creativity, your creativity is going to go through the roof. Not everyone's going to understand it, but the people who do are going to love it. They're going to love your whatever creative projects you have in mind. Because while you're traveling, you know, you're practicing the thing that you love. You may be sharing with people your passions, sharing ideas through a medium that you can be creative in. You're really having a lot of fun with your soulmates, kind of just putting on a show. Practicing your creative gifts and your intuitive gifts. It's a lot of fun, you know, and like you don't have to do it perfectly. You know you're gonna say the right thing, and you know it's gonna be, you know, people are gonna resonate with it. But like, you know, you're still practicing a little bit, and it's like fun because you can't go wrong. You can't do any wrong anymore, right? And 10 of Cups. Oh wow. And like the Hanged Man, you've been waiting, you've been told this, you've been promised this heaven on earth for so long, and you've been waiting for so long. You've been holding that image in your mind for so long. Us light workers, as a collective, the collective light workers have been holding this image of heaven on earth for so long that you had that little sliver of feeling that you might not get it, and that's been unblocked, and now you kill it. It's been killed, and now it's here. And now it's here. And now you feel so comfortable to be fully authentic yourself. Because there's no like shame or like, you know, embarrassment. Like you're protected, right? But also like you're so fully yourself that the people are attracted to it. People get it. People are inspired by it. And the people who don't, you can see as just someone you feel bad for that don't get it yet. You know, but there's so many more people who get it than don't. And it just lets you be your true authentic self. Last card here. The Lily. Oh my goodness. The Lily. Virtue. Wisdom. It's about aging, wisdom, sexuality, maturing, harmony. Yeah, there is this energy of like you grow 1,000 years in this next few months. And I say that because like you start remembering a lot of your past lives, you know, the ancient wars of light and dark in the lower dimensions and in certain worlds, some of your past lifetimes, and your purpose here and what you're capable of. So there's a little bit of like your personality changes. It feels like you are someone who's lived on this earth for 1,000 years. Your personality changes, and I mentioned this in past energy updates, where it's just kind of like you become more stoic, you become more like saint-like, at least in your outward demeanor, but you're still someone who likes to have fun and play jokes, and especially with like-souled people like your soulmates and stuff, and your soul family. But other than that, to other people who are just awakening or haven't awakened yet, you just come off as this like saintly figure. You know, very statuesque. Your movements are very divine. The things that you speak that come out of your mouth, the way you channel, is so beautiful and perfect. It's gonna be a different you. 100%. Like, so different, but in such a good way. It's not a different you. It's the real you, your soul. It's your soul coming alive and being able to exist here. And at first, it's gonna be fun, and you're gonna want to play. All right. So, beautiful light worker, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this June, July, and August. All right. Much love and light.